Hi, and welcome back to AI in 5. I'm your host, Simon Chris, and joining me today from Sydney is Tom Gow. Tom is the Chief Technology Officer for the City of Sydney, and we're going to be talking about the economic viability of general purpose AI. Hey, Tom, welcome to AI in 5. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Simon. Thanks for having me.
Now, we're going to jump straight in. We were on a panel just recently, and I, in particular, liked your thoughts around the commercial viability of AI, particularly for small and medium enterprises. What is your view on that?
Yeah, thanks for that, Simon. Look, first of all, my role is the Chief Technology and Digital Service Officer here at the City of Sydney. So we have roughly about 2,000 staff, and within IT we have about 100. So in terms of organization size, I tend to think of us as an SME effectively. Now, in terms of the commercial viability, we all know in recent years there's been a huge hype in large language models and AI in general. So as a result, there's a lot of chatter and hype. And recently, I've also completed a course at Stanford on artificial intelligence, just so I've got a more grounded understanding in terms of capability and maturity of the technology.
Yeah.
And I have to say, it's really difficult in the SME space in terms of looking into AI because we're not a bank. We haven't got millions and millions of dollars to invest and prove a concept in this space. So really, the space we play in is leveraging on turnkey solutions effectively. And looking at where AI is today, unless you invest a lot of time and effort in foundation models to create your own AI model, really it's the generic turnkey solution that you've got to leverage from the industries. So, but then the question is from these generic models that is available, they are generic, then the question is what problem does it solve and how does that relate to the business case you're trying to justify?
Because you're here talking about general purpose AI, right? You're talking about the ChatGPT's copilots, not AI that's embedded in a product or something like that, right?
That's exactly right. So the Copilot and the ChatGPT are generic. So really, I mean, if we look at, for example, Copilot, the cost of that in Australia, roughly about $50 per month. For 2,000 staff, we're looking at $1.2, $1.3 million per annum. So the question I ask from an IT perspective, are we going to see a significant uplift in revenue as a result of that, or are we going to see equivalent in saving in efficiency as a result in terms of bottom line? And I think the efficiency question is quite difficult. But I think where the opportunity is where you've got service providers where you already procured a product and AI is embedded as part of the service offering, that absolutely makes sense. But when you have to spend money on top, then the question is, well, what problem are you really solving? And are you really getting the financial return? Required to justify.
It puts us in a fine balancing point, right? Because you've got some employees that are kind of saying, well, I want an AI tool to help me do my work, or I'm going to go somewhere else. And that voice is only going to get stronger. But as you say, try to counter that against a $1.3 million annual spend. It puts you in a pretty predicament.
Absolutely. And I think the way industry going is at the moment is that there is a conviction that the quality of AI models will improve in terms of the response and that the price will continue to decrease. And I'm sure in the coming years, and my comment is really point in time commentary, right? I'm sure in the coming months and years, the costs will have reduced so much, it will just be embedded in everything that we do effectively. I think the service provider will just absorb that cost in the view that of being competitive and being able to offer more than their competitors effectively. And as consumers, I think we'll just lap it up when that time comes. But we're just not quite there yet.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Look, this has been a great discussion. I ask everybody the same question, and I'm going to ask it of you, particularly given you've just done that course at Stanford. If somebody is just starting their AI journey, maybe they've never opened a generative AI tool before, what's your one hot tip for anybody just starting their AI journey?
I will say, um, just give it a go. Try it and learn the positives and negatives of the tools that you're using. I don't think there's a silver bullet that solves everything, but having a deep understanding through trial and error and through actively using the technology will place you in a much better position in terms of leveraging the tool sets for your respective organization.
Okay, great advice. Tom, thanks for being a part of AI in 5.
Thanks for having me, Simon.